Hi guys, good evening to you. This is Manoj. I'm here from Market as a Profit. This is the 13th of April, and I am overseas. It's a morning for me here, and what I'm trying to do here is assess Nifty using my volume profile, usually that I do on the weekends, looking at Nifty and what's in store for us going forward. So this is what the Nifty chart looks like. This is the Nifty futures chart, and this is the daily time frame. And as usual, I use my volume profile tool to give me a structure and to give me analysis to where the market is in the current frame of what's happening in the market in the recent past, and try to build a structure around that information. So this was the reason why I draw the volume profile from December is because this is when the market shifted into a higher gear, and since then we've been in this range, a practical range that we can use to give a macro view of what the market is doing. So we hit all-time highs. If you see around last week, we hit all-time highs, and then we receded back. And we're receding back into territory which we encountered in the last few days. So we're definitely now not climbing higher, and we look to be reversing back into the equilibrium area. So for the people who don't understand volume profile, I'll just try to refresh. This is the profile, this is the volume profile, and it tells me what is the amount of volume that has happened in the market and at what levels. So as you see here, the maximum volume has happened at this price level of 22,150 odd. This is where the maximum volume has happened in the contextual area. The upper range is the value area high, which is this blue line. This is the value area low, and this is the value area, which is what I call the equilibrium. This is using the standard deviation bell curve method. This is the area where the market has been within the one standard deviation. So this I call as the value area, and which is where the market has found its equilibrium. So looking at this chart, what are we doing and what do we expect in the coming days? So what we see here is that the market has hit a new high. This is an extreme point, and it is plowing back, trying to plow back into our equilibrium area. And we're still not in the equilibrium area, but just above it. And there are two things that can happen with hindsight as I read my volume profile and I have a base as to what happens during these periods. So two things that can happen is that we can have a bounce of the market from these areas, and we can bounce higher again and head higher. This is one eventuality, which I don't see happening in the current circumstances because we have had a record inflation high in the US, and we've seen the prices of oil and all metals go up really high. So that's going to put burden on the inflation levels. And when the inflation is high, the interest rate regime that is at the higher end of the range right now cannot be reversed. So in a higher interest rate regime, the equity markets don't get a lot of inflow, and the growth stocks and the growth stories don't get valued in the way they normally in the way they normally would if you were in a low interest regime. So I generally don't think this is what is going to happen. Then the other scenario that I see building up is that we go down into the equilibrium area, we take some kind of support, and we plow back and we move lower in the coming days. So I'm not talking about the coming week, but in the coming days. And I expect the market to hit this level of 22,000 odd in the coming days. So this is my expectation from the market. So yeah, we have elections around the corner, but remember, we are in a global world, and inflation numbers in the US have been high, and we're having some tensions in the Middle East with the Iran-Israel situation where the geopolitical scenes are getting a little disturbed, and we could have an escalation of tensions in that area, and all that could lead to a higher oil price, and also a break in supply chains from the Middle East, and that could lead to higher prices. So this is what we are looking at, and I expect that we should climb down. This is the second scenario that we talk about. So scenario one is that we go higher. Scenario two is that we go lower. And this is the more likely scenario that I see in the coming week. So this was a broad analysis of the Nifty. We can do a little quick analysis on the Bank Nifty also and see what that has in store for us. So I'll go to Bank Nifty and see what's in store for us there. And I'm going to freeze away my drawings so that we get a blank sheet. Yeah, what are we seeing here? So the Bank Nifty is giving us a totally different picture. What we're seeing is this area, which was an extreme a high probable area in some time back. And so this was what we were facing in the previous times. This was where we were higher. And now we retreated back from Jan onwards, middle of Jan onwards into this shallower area on the bottom side. And let me try and build my volume profile here. Let it come up. I hope it comes up. It's taking its own sweet time to come up. I don't know why it happens in the Bank Nifty chart. But yeah, we're facing this situation very often now. So I'm going to use my second go-to tool. And this is where my current structure is from this point to this point. So we are at the extreme level on our bottom half of the volume profile. I'm still going to try more comfortable using this profile, but it's not coming on. So I still have to go on with what I have on the screen. So this is the profile for the current period, this profile, and we are outside the value area. So maybe we will head lower. It looks like we are taking resistance at this point, which was the value area high of the previous profile. And we have taken a knock back down and we could be heading lower. I'll try to build a scenario here now for you, like I did in the Nifty. So what we could be doing is we could be heading lower here. And we could be, in the first scenario, take support here and rise back into this area and move around in this area in the coming week. This could be one scenario. And the second scenario could be which, if we see a rise in escalation in the Middle East and a rise in the inflation levels, we could fall lower. We could then have a trajectory where we could then go lower, and we could end up tagging this area, which is the value area low, in the first phase of the downward journey towards 46,664. These are the two scenarios that I see that can happen in the Bank Nifty. Now, these are scenarios. They can work out. They cannot work out. The market, I deserve the right to not see the trend that I project happening, because the market can be weird and there's so many other factors that keep developing in the market and things can change. But given what we have at the current point of time, these are the two trajectories that I see the Nifty and Bank Nifty following in the coming week. So that was my video for what can happen in the coming days on the Nifty and Bank Nifty. As usual, do like the videos and press the bell notification. And if you're a new viewer and haven't subscribed to the channel, do subscribe to the channel and look at these analysis. Analysis has gone generally on the right side of things, the way they have been analyzed, and people have been gaining from this information, and you could too take your trades and with this information in hindsight probably help you take the direction of your trades. So this is all for this week. Look forward to see you in the next video. Do like the video, and if you have any comments, if you don't understand anything, do write in and I would love to reply to your comments. Thank you.